Hey everybody, Joe Casabona here, and I got an interesting question recently about a little known, maybe little used feature in the WordPress block editor. There is a little menu item when you click on the options for a block that's called Move To, but it's a little bit unclear as to how it works. So in this probably short video, I'm going to show you exactly what Move To does. Before we get to that, I do want to ask you to subscribe to this channel. I put out a couple of videos a week. I do a live stream. I've got all sorts of stuff going on over here. And if you're digging my content on the block editor, I do have a new course out. It's called Masterful Site Editing, and you can get it right now over at masterfse.com. Okay, now let's get into the video. Okay, so I actually have the Master Full Site Editing screen up here. This, for full disclosure, this is using the Cadence theme and the Cadence blocks, but that should not really affect the functionality that we're going to change here. So I'm also not going to change these. I'm not going to save these changes, but I do want to show you with real content what this looks like. So let's, for example, take a look at this call to action at the bottom of the screen. If I click on the button here and I click on the options menu, you'll see a Move To menu item. So when I click that, the only thing that really changes is right above the button, you see a dark blue line. Great. So let's say I want to move this higher in the stack. You can see as I highlight these blocks, they get a light gray kind of border. Now let's say I want to move it right above this section here. This is a very big section. You can see the light gray outline. I'm going to click and then press return. So that didn't even work, and I'm guessing it's because this is probably it might be because this is a reusable block. So another thing that's lending to the unreliable nature of this Move To feature. So let's try again. I'm going to this section, that's an additional $500 worth of value. This is just a standard block within the section. So let's try this again. Maybe I traveled too far. Maybe the block editor forgot what I was doing. So again, I'm going to click inside of this area, make sure the button is selected. I'm going to click the 3 dots options icon, click Move To, scroll up to that highlighted line, click that, and press enter. Once again, nothing happens. So, again, this feature kind of unreliable here. And maybe it is because I'm using Cadence and this has got a bunch of rows and columns. So you've seen me try unsuccessfully to change this. Let's go to a different site or a different page that is just using the standard block editor. So you can see here that I'm on the privacy policy page. This is just a lot of text, the plain block editor. Let's see if I can make some changes here. It's got some suggested text. Maybe I want to move this section higher up. So we'll try clicking on embedded content from other websites. I'll click the options. I'll click Move To. You can see the line here, and I want to move it above cookies. So I'll select that, press enter, and there it moved. So I think there's probably some conflict with the way maybe Cadence blocks creates rows and sections. Ultimately, the Move To feature is not one I really even thought about until my friend Liam asked me about it. and I would much rather have the rows and sections functionality. If you're curious about if you're not using cadence blocks or another add-on that creates rows, you can check out the video in the card for my top 5 tips on navigating the block editor. One is using groups instead of rows. So let's try one more thing here just to see exactly how flexible this move to feature is. I'm going to try to select 3 blocks. I'm going to do that by clicking one and then going to the last one I want to select, holding shift and then clicking. So this is going to select 3 blocks, all 3 blocks all at once. I'll click options, move to is there. So can I move a whole section? I'll click cookies, I'll click enter, just the heading moved. So if we want to move multiple blocks at once, looks like we're going to have to group them together, click move to, click the section we want to move it to, and move it all up. So there you go. If you want to easily move blocks, maybe not so easily. If you want to be able to move blocks without having to click the arrows up and down so much or dragging them a long way, the move to feature might be a good option for you, assuming that you're not using just like a ton of complex content. I suspect that this is probably a lesser known feature because it seems to work unreliably. I haven't run it through the ringer, but just based on the few tests I did, one with kind of just text, it seemed to work, but using it with anything more complex, it seemed to not work. So there you have it. That's how to use the Move To feature. If you liked this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to this channel for more great content. If you want to learn even more about the block editor and full site editing, check out Master Full Site Editing at masterfsc.com. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, get out there and build something.